Alright, people, so I'm here with your Raw review. Once again, a shitty show, a show that had nothing really too good on it at all. Let's get right into the review here. So we have, to start off the show, Heyman coming out to cut a promo with Brock Lesnar, who finally comes back. And I mean, hey, he's fine. I mean, this just looks pathetic. I mean, oh, Brock Lesnar's back. Your champion returns. Your champion returns. What the fuck? I mean, this is just ridiculous that finally he's come back after being gone for like, what, over 2 months now? About fucking time. And then, you figure that, I mean, this is something very little, but I mean, you figure when he does his little, this thing that they would actually do his pyro, but they don't even do his pyro. I mean, really? So he's back. Heyman cuts a promo. It was an okay promo there. Talks about how Samoa Joe is not proud of, being Samoan or whatever the fuck. And goes off on him for attacking him last week. And then you get Samoa Joe coming out and they brawl right out of the bat. I mean, it was a decent little brawl here. I mean, you had all the superstars coming out trying to, or the superstars, because it's sports entertainment. They're not wrestlers on a wrestling show. They're superstars on a sports entertainment show. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Sports. Every time I hear Michael Cole say sports entertainment, shut the fuck up. It's wrestling. It's always been wrestling. Sports entertainment. So anyway, now I'm even saying these fucked up words. But anyway, we have little brawl here. Each guy gets a couple shots in. They break them up. I mean, it was a decent little brawl there, decent little segment. I mean, nothing too. I thought it could have been better. Could have had a longer promo. Could have had a longer brawl. Could have had more shit done. But it was decent. I'll take it. Then we had Samson defeating Ambrose. Just a very basic match here. Very basic moves. The crowd was pretty much non-entertained by this match. I gave it a 0.5 star out of 5. Miz comes out for some interference, and that's about it. I gave it 0.5 star out of 5. It was 8 minutes and 15 seconds long. This is just about as cookie cutter as you get. Then we have Alexander defeating Noam Dar. This match was literally 5 seconds long. I mean, you have Alicia Fox, FaceTiming during the fucking match, and it's distraction. 0 out of 5 stars. I mean, just terrible. I mean, what a waste. Then we have Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins cutting a promo. Once again, it wasn't too long. Just as it was picking up too. I mean, just as you figure like the promo's about half over, Bray Wyatt just motherfucking disappears. I'm like just getting into here's some good shit, Then Bray Wyatt just disappears what the fuck? Where'd he go? We're right in the middle of a fucking promo here. And then he finishes off the promo when I thought it was just getting started. So, it was an okay promo. I kind of liked his line there at the end where he said, says you can beat a king, referring to Triple H, but you can't beat a god, referring to himself. I thought that was just like the start of this shit getting going, developing into a good promo, but I guess that was the end. Then we have Cruz defeating Kalisto. I'm so sick of this shit. Repetitive bullshit. How many times have we seen Cruz or Titus O'Neil versus Kalisto in the last month? It's happened like every week. I'm sick of these 2-minute matches. And how long was this? 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. 0 out of 5 stars. Then we had the Divas coming out to cut a promo. It was just all over the place. First you got Bliss and Nia Jax cutting a promo. Then you got these two motherfucking, people, Mickey James and the nobody Dana Brooke coming out. And then you got some more nobodies coming out. Sasha Banks, who's been a fucking nobody for the last 2 months. All these fucking Emma comes out of what the fuck is she? Apparently she's been injured. But how big of a disaster has her character been? So she comes out. Everybody's out there just fucking talking about nothing. Nothing was accomplished. It was a big nothing promo that was all over the place. Very scrambled. And it sucked. So, No surprise that it leads to and then they start brawling and they go to commercial. It's like, oh, there's a brawl for the brawl's going on for like 5 seconds and then commercial. I mean, why would you go to a commercial during during the brawl, during the really the climax of the promo, which is the brawl. So then you get the match, 6 diva tag match here. I paid little attention to this shit because I knew it would be terrible. I gave it 0 out of 5 stars. Figure this: a 6 diva tag match is only 3 minutes and 35 seconds long. I mean, what the fuck? So the babyface team won. Like anybody even gives a shit. I mean, probably 90% of the people who watch this show don't even give a shit who won this match and don't remember. Then we have Bayley with a backstage interview with Corey Graves, and Corey pretty much asks her, why are you such a pussy? Why are you such a fruitcake out there? And Bayley just responds, oh, that's myself. I'm being myself out there. And I have to say to that, what the fuck do you mean you're being yourself? I mean, if you actually go out into the real world, go if you have a job or you go to school or you participate in any form of shit going on in the real world, I mean, most people, in my experience at least, don't fucking hug everybody they see. They don't act like 9-year-old children, playing around with 20-foot blow-up penises. I mean, seriously, it's getting out of hand with Bayley now. And then at the end of the promo, she's like, "Can I have a hug?" I mean, this is ridiculous. She just goes around hugging everybody like a fucking perv. I mean, oh, can I have a hug? Can I have a hug? Can I mean, this is not how people act in the real world. And then I thought this was actually funny how Corey says, I need a cigarette after Bayley gives her a hug. Then we have Slater and Rhino defeating Miz and a random bear. Just very weird with the bear. I mean, I don't get what the fuck this bear is. Apparently, Miz and Ambrose are still feuding. And they've centered their feud around a bear, a stuffed animal bear, a mascot, whatever the hell you want to call it. I call it bullshit because it's not entertaining me. So the bear is some random fuck just dressed up in this bear suit. Then Ambrose apparently has he's dressed up in another bear suit and attacks Miz. Pretty much the whole match was Miz being paranoid about this whole bear. The same thing that he was last week about the bear as well, and that huge ass present. And one other thing too. I mean, if you're giving somebody a fucking like pretty tiny grandfather clock that could probably fit in this picture, that's probably 1 or 2 feet tall. Why would you put it in a 7-foot, box? I mean, what dumb fuck would put a 1-foot present in a 7-foot box? I guess Maurice is a dumb fuck. So yeah, Miz, knocks Maurice on her tiny ass, and that's your fucking match there. Nothing special, nothing good, terrible. 0 out of 5 stars. It was a 6-minute and 25-minute match. Then we have Neville coming out. Apparently he's supposed to have a match with Rich Swann, who dances around like a motherfucking retard, embarrassing himself. So Neville beats him up for like a minute, and then cuts a promo on Tozawa, of all people. Tozawa, the moron who screams during his matches. I mean, I'm so sick of that guy. Tozawa, terrible fucking wrestler. I wouldn't say wrestler, but his whole gimmick. Oh, it's his battle cry. What the fuck are you talking about? His battle cry? Who the fuck has a battle cry? I mean, maybe you go back 500 or 1,000 years. People screaming in the middle of battle. I mean, really, battle cry? I mean, who the fuck are we kidding here? I'm so sick of that shit. So apparently now he's in line for a title shot, so Neville's talking about him. I mean, where the fuck has he come out of that he's in line for a title shot? Last time I checked, he was a motherfucking jobber, not doing shit in the Cruiserweight division. But apparently he's in line, so Neville cuts a promo on him for 1 minute. So, I mean, there you go. There's your fucking segment, though. A 1 minute beat up, and then a 1 minute promo. just terrible. Then we have Gallows and Anderson defeating Enzo and Cass. This was a terrible match. It only lasted 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I gave it 0 out of 5 stars. Apparently they are doing something interesting. At least they make you, wonder about what the fuck's happening. So, is Big Show attacking Big Cass to, break up this tag team or whatever? But then again, why would Big Shit want to team up with an annoying, talentless motherfucker like Enzo Amore, who, like I said, is pretty fucking annoying. So that match sucked. But I like I said, I will give him credit. There is a bit of intrigue in there about this whole who is beating up Gallows and Anderson. Then you have your main event, which is a 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag team titles, between Sheamus and Cesaro and the Hardy Boys. Was not happy with this match. I mean, you have 3 falls in this match here, 3 falls, and the first fall took like 30 seconds. So I mean, that was pretty much a nothing, pretty much a waste. And the whole match together was only 10 minutes long. So like I said, 3 falls in 10 minutes. I mean, it's just not enough time. I mean, everything on this show is so short. It's like, cut out some of these shit segments so we could add on some time to these, segments and make them good. I mean, there's so much that I could go throughout this list. I'm not going to go through it because there's so much shit. I probably add 10 minutes onto the video just talking about it. But, like, for example, hey, let's add on 5 or 10 minutes to this main event here. So, we could actually have some legitimate falls, not just fucking 30 seconds and they get a pinfall. So yeah, it was not a good match. Short, it felt rushed. Like, a lot of the shit on this show just feels rushed. Like I said, I could reference the Bray and Seth promo, where it was not, again, they didn't get enough time to cut their fucking promo. So I gave the match 1.5 out of 5 stars. Not that good, not that impressed. Ended in a double count out, so tie. Ended in a tie, and obviously that means Cesaro and Sheamus retain, and then after the match, the Hardy Boys beat him up, and that's your ending there. Very, nothing special for the ending. Not that great of a main event, and not that great of a show, people. Raw continues to suck. And with the Game 5 of the NBA Finals on, which I was kind of watching, I was recording Raw. I can't wait to see the ratings of Raw, because watching Game 5 of the Finals, which was much more entertaining than this piece of shit show. I mean, it's just a disaster. I mean, the whole thing from top to bottom is a shit fest of a show. I mean, and they wonder why the ratings are going down. Well, this is why. 3 hours of garbage. So there you go, people. There's your Raw review. Another shitty show.